Okay, so this is the last chapter. It's chapter 4. And I'll say it one more time for the cheap seats. You won't get a word bank. So out of these five fill in the blank questions, only one of them is going to be on the test. If a loan isn't repaid, the collateral of the borrower used as security for the debt could be sold by the lender. A credit score is a number that indicates the likelihood of someone repaying debt. A credit bureau reports on a person's credit history. The amount of time you have to pay back a loan is called the term of the loan. And when an item is worth less than what you owe on it, it's called negative equity. So, like if you buy a house and it's in an all right neighborhood or whatever, and the houses around it aren't dilapidated or whatever, those the house's value goes up. When I bought my house, it was 52 grand, and it had a hole in the roof, so I had to fix it up. So, I fixed a hole in the roof. I paid about 18 to 20 grand total. So I put a total of maybe 78 grand into the house almost initially. But now, since I've been living in the house and taking care of it, the house has a value of like $180,000. So it went from 70 to 180. So that's positive equity. Well, negative equity, like my car, I didn't just get my car, but let's just say I just got my car, and after a week it's already going down in value, but the price that I have to pay on my car loan did not go down. So that's going to be like negative equity. Out of these four multiple choice questions, three of them are going to be on the test. Which of these is not one of the main credit bureau reporting agencies? That's Identifax. That's not a thing. Two, with a debit card, you can do everything you can do with the credit card except what? Go into debt, because a debit card you have to have money in your account to use it. Credit card, they just send you a bill, so you can use, depending on what your credit limit is, as much as you got, and then they send you a bill. But a debit card, it's only what's in your account, and once that money's gone, then you can't use it anymore. Um, Number three, a clothing store credit card is an example of what type of debt? That's revolving credit. Which of the following is not factored into the loan payment on a new car? That's equity. Equity is not factored in. And now we got our short answer. So I'm one of these five short answer are going to be on the test. Explain why debt and credit are a bad idea. How could they negatively affect your life? Well, debt and credit keep you in a cycle of paying for your past rather than saving for your future. It prevents you from reaching goals because your money is tied up in monthly payments. What is the danger of putting up collateral for a loan? Well, you could lose the loan collateral if you fail to make payments on time. Explain why the importance of good credit is a myth. Okay, so a FICO score or a credit score doesn't measure how well a person handles money or how wealthy they are. It only shows how good you are at making monthly payments. Like you could be a millionaire, and because you never had a credit card, your credit score would be squat. Or you had one credit card when you was in college and didn't really do much with it, or you let a couple bad payments or whatever, but then you stopped using the credit card and just used cash. Your FICO score, your credit score will be lousy, but that doesn't mean that you don't have money. So that's why it's a myth. List three ways the credit card industry makes money off of its customers. Well, there's more than three listed here, but you only need to put three. So they make money through interest charges, cash advance fees, annual fees, over the limit fees, late payment fees, and merchant fees. So you only need three of those out of that list. And then the last short answer, what is the difference between an appreciating asset and a depreciating asset? I'll give examples of both. An appreciating asset is something that gains equity, like a house. A depreciating asset is something that loses equity, like a car. Well, when they say loses equity or gains equity, it's like means it's gaining value. So an appreciating asset is something that gains value, as time goes on. And it goes back to what I was saying about my house and my car. My house, as time goes on, as long as the neighborhood doesn't change or whatever, it's going to go up in value. But a depreciating asset is something that loses value. And a car, like I told you, as soon as you drive a car off the lot, it's worth less than the sticker price. So now we got two essay questions here. One of them is going to be on the test. So we got identify the five foundations and describe each of them, then evaluate how they will help you manage your money right now. Well, the five foundations are listed here. Foundation one, save $500 emergency fund. Foundation two, get out and stay out of debt. Foundation three, pay cash for your car. Foundation four, pay cash for college. And then foundation five is build wealth and give. These will help you manage your money and keep you on course with your financial action plan. The action plan part and managing your money is necessary for this question. So, and every time we talked about the five foundation, they said something about an action plan. And the other essay question, explain how your money personality affects your spending behavior. Use examples from the textbook and personal experience as support for your explanation. We don't need to worry about the textbook. We're just going to focus on personal experience. Well, being a saver or a spender affects a person's spending habit, or excuse me, being a saver or a spender affects their spending behavior. Savers may report that they take fewer risks, while spenders may explain that they don't consider the future enough, as in like retirement planning. Spenders buy things on impulse, like gotta have it now, and savers are patient, like wait and see. Well, the example that I got that that wasn't in here was I'm a spender, my wife is a saver. So I want a snowblower. With all the snow that we've been having lately, I was shoveling snow because I couldn't get my snowblower to start. So I'm ready to buy a new snowblower, but the one that I got is a pull chain snowblower, and I'm getting old. My arm is sore, so and now it doesn't work. So I'm ready to get an electric starter snowblower, and the ones that I looked at start at $600. So I'm ready to just buy it because I'm ready to have one. Well, my wife, she's a saver, so she was saying, "Well, why don't we go on to YouTube and look at some product reviews, and we can save a little money, and we do some research and see which ones work better, which ones are worse." And so happy wife, happy life. So I went with what she said, and I've been looking at YouTube videos trying to figure out which snowblower is better to get. So when I make that investment, it's going to be a good investment. Okay, and that is the end. There's also an activity. It's activity. It's from chapter 4.